Hey everyone. So let's talk about our true essence and what it is all about. You can buy my Homeschooling Magic e-kit. There's a link down below. You can also do my quick quiz at my website, heidihosking.com, in the top banner to find out your children's, but also yours and your partner's or the father of your children's true essence. So you can see what they are all about as far as star, heart, and earth energy. So let's go back to once upon a time. We were all a little embryo and we all had a little intelligence, inserted in there, like, like let's just say like a little microchip, a little program. Basically, like we take a seed and it has intelligence in that seed to know what it's going to look like, what it's going to be, when it's going to flower, what it's, fruit it's going to produce, the whole bit, how it's going to know to go upwards when it starts to sprout, everything. That is the intelligence and is actually not talked about enough in the wonder of all of that. So then back to us in the embryo that we used to be, that intelligence is in there too. And of course, we can see clearly it's different in everyone. We're not all the same people. We are not robots. We are not copies. And that is the point for us to understand our uniqueness, to scrap away every last bit of conditioning that we ever had given around schooling and what we should be and all of that stuff that, even our parents accidentally put onto us, to come back to this and to start from there, to go, who are you? What's your uniqueness? What is your uniqueness? How can we bump together and co-create? And that's what I'm seeing energetically, is that the family unit comes together in balance for us all to actually activate and unlock each other. So with this true essence, of course, you would agree, it comes in with gifts and things that we're really good with, skills, right from the get-go. Some children are really, really good with the piano or whatever. People say past life stuff has come into it, but that's stuff that is just, innate to them. And then it's also linking to the challenges, the stuff that we signed up for our soul's growth here this time around, to go, I'm going to be really good with this stuff, but I'm also then going to have to go, oh my God, I'm going to have to work through this stuff, light and dark, always light and dark, yin yang, that polarity stuff. So that's for us to understand, to go, right, there is no judgment needed. It's more, okay, that person signed up to go through those themes. That person signed up to go through those themes. And when we start looking at it like that, then we can start to look at our children through different eyes, to go, oh, okay, I can see why they're doing that crazy behavior. They've signed up to go through stress, potentially with thumb sucking, potentially with an eye tick, whatever it is. That's how they've said, I'm going to go through it. I'm going to experience what it's like in fear mode to be like this, or to have these challenges to work through and to solve. And for us to understand, we're practicing mastery of this. Mastery is, perfectionism, but practicing that to go, I can work through these challenges, but I can also nurture these gifts. And once I start saying yes and working with them, it's like it just keeps on coming out of the treasure chest, more and more and more and more of it. So that's the point in understanding our true essence, is then to also remember, in this energetic bubble, especially between mother and child, particularly, we're all looking at this first, but then father and child as well, we have the matches. So it takes one to know one. If I don't see my own light, my own gifts, I will not notice it in my child nearly as much. Some will live vicariously through their children, not really seeing it in themselves and never ever nurturing that. But the point is, we're here as our own soul, our own little true essence, to go forth in our soul path, primarily, not to do our children's path or our partners or anyone else's. So that's the point, is we have to come back to our own true essence first, and to start to get to know ourselves, and really learning to find the little golden bits and pieces that have been dropped along the way, that have given us hints all our life. And then the same for our children as well, which is exciting and fun thing to do when you start to get into it and when you start to see the importance of it, because then we start to shift and shift and shift into our highest alignment, our highest expression of ourselves, rather than living resistance, where there's this challenging stuff in our life, because our soul's like, you're like way over here and you should be heading over in this direction. And for example, like my son being at school, and only when someone did an energetic reading said, he's like, get me out of here, even though day to day he did an amazing job smiling along, going along with the crap that he was facing, and even saying, I want to stay here, because he couldn't see what it would be out in like out in freedom land. But that's the point, is for us to go, okay, yes, where is my child actually showing up in their true essence and their highest potential? And where are we just like, oh yeah, I'm playing out old conditioning, all that stuff that we thought we should have, potentially in early parenting as well. So that's the point for us, is to go, oh my gosh, this is quite big work, when I realize I've got to be looking at myself as much as my children, not just trying to fix my children, not just trying to nudge my children into activities or school or curriculums or goals that I think they should, and really coming back to, firstly, the little embryo with the intelligence, the little chip in it that says, okay, be like this, do this, enjoy this. And really watching our judgment at our children when they say, I'd like to do this, or I want to take this, or I want to wear this, to go, okay, there's something within them that's driving them to that. And knowing that we can't see what comes from it. And that's the exciting, cool bit, is that we're looking through the eye of a needle, as opposed to the whole bigger picture and why they might be doing stuff that we are just like, what? But the same for us, that we are going on a path too. And sometimes you just go, oh, why am I doing this? But when you look back, you go, yeah, there was little snippets that pushed me into this right path. We'll always keep getting pushed into our soul path. It's just how much you're going to go willingly, or whether you're going to go kicking and screaming. I do a bit of both, drunken walking, all of that, towards our highest potential. So that's it in a nutshell, without actually talking about the star, heart, and the earth energy, which I go over with the true essence, and how it can show up in the light and how it can show up in the shadows. And so then the whole family unit is reflecting. If someone's really starry, the other will be more earthy. Someone's showing heaps of heart shadows, the other one might then have to come in and with the heart light to go, okay, let's bumper this up, and always balancing. So that's all in the Playshop that I've got recorded in my Homeschooling Magic ekit. The ekit really doesn't have a lot to do with homeschooling. It does have FAQs, logistics, obstacles, and all of that stuff that we do play out. But the main point of it is to go beyond that, to go, okay, after the birth of my child, what then comes? Oh shit, there's a whole parenting journey. So once I've got my children out of school, or once I made that decision, they're not going to school, then what next? And this is where I'm saying start here, so you can really go forth in amazing ways that I see as the truest path that I can see for us all to take at this moment in time. Please do ask me any questions though, but otherwise I hope you enjoy it, and definitely do take the quiz at my website, heidihosking.com, if you want a quick look see. But do know there's quite a lot to understand from it, and the more you look into it, the more it will make sense. I see it as more of a practical tool rather than necessarily astrology or human design, once we start to get into it. And that's where I'm looking at guiding a lot more mums and dads, if they're interested, to take this on to really start to co-create with their children together. Bye.